Anybody in the room who has some like strong memory of something which they'd like to change?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you've got a memory of something which has a negative charge,
Yes.
and you would like to change it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't need to know what the memory is, but is there like a name so we can?
Yeah, no, it is related to planes. I had once.
Planes.
Yeah.
Okay. Planes. So this is like the QR code for your experience of planes.
Yes.
Okay. So we are going to change aspects of this to make it different. Okay. So when you think about this being planes, what I would like you to do is we're going to change this piece of the QR code, okay, so that the plane is going backwards. It's flying backwards.
Okay.
Okay? So it sort of takes off when it's landing and then flies backwards. All the air hostesses, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Flight attendants
Like
are walking backwards. Right?
Yeah.
When you've got your cup of coffee and they are sucking the coffee
Yeah.
out of the cup.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
The whole plane is going backwards. Everyone is talking backwards.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay? It comes in and it sort of lands backwards. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So we've
Reading
changed.
a book backwards.
You're reading the book backwards, right? You're putting the words from your mind back onto the page.
Listening to music backwards. Yeah.
You're listening. All the music is playing backwards. The movies, if you're watching a movie, that's all going backwards. Right? The end. The movie starts. The whole movie goes backwards.
Mm-hmm.
The music is playing backwards. Everyone is walking backwards, talking backwards.
Yeah.
The plane is going backwards, landing backwards. Okay? So now, as you think about the memory, how's it different?
It's like it's not logical anymore.
It isn't logical.
Yeah.
Was it ever? That's the
No,
question.
That's the question.
Right.
Yeah.
Was it
It's
ever?
like, yeah. One picture. It doesn't make a story anymore.
Okay, so we'll change another part, so the whole thing is now in black and white. Right, not just in black and white, but like those old movies in black and white.
Uh-huh.
Like where it's almost like
Yeah.
a sepia tone,
Yeah.
like it's like that it's so faded, you're like, really, is this?
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's going backwards, music is playing backwards, the movies are going backwards. Flight attendants are walking backwards, they're the coffee out of your cup. You're reading your book backwards, the words are going back onto the page. The movies are playing backwards, everyone is walking backwards, talking backwards. The plane is flying backwards, but this time in black and white. Black and white flight attendants walking backwards. Black and white coffee out of your cup. Reading a black and white book. Oh, books from black and white anyway, aren't they? The black and white movie is playing backwards. The black and white plane is flying backwards. And now as you think about the QR code for the memory, how's it different?
I don't, just like there was a moment of doubt if it was even what my memory or something was.
Was it?
Or-
I don't. Whose memory? What was this? Was it yours? Yuval, was it your memory?
Yeah.
Okay, so just for the hell of it, let's change it. Let's change this little bit, right? This little bit puts a little bit of circus music over the, like an overlay over the whole thing. Right, so now it's in
Sepia going backwards.
backwards, the sepia going backwards, the coffee out of the coffee cup, reading backwards so the words are coming out of your head onto the page. The movie is playing backwards, black and white.
Yeah.
The music is playing backwards. Right? But this time, over the whole thing, there's a... So now as you look at the QR code for the memory that we don't quite know whose that was, I think it was Yuval's. He said yes, it was his.
See it forward. Yeah.
Okay, so this is basically the pattern, okay?
Wow.
We're going to take the experience and we're going to play with the submodalities in ridiculous ways, not just like big and small, but play it backwards. Play it in black and white. put on circus music. Play it very fast or play it very slow. Right? Really play extremely with the submodalities. You're going to mess up the QR code, and at some stage, the emotional content is going to disappear. Okay? This is the phobia cure. This is the, I'm sorry, BK dissociation. Alrighty? Any questions?
Yeah.
Make sure it's dissociated.
Make sure it's the, obviously, if you happen to use this version, and we'll tell you the classical version at the end, but if you happen to use this version with the QR code, it's going to be very dissociated, right? Because it's not even the thing. Okay? There has to be dissociation if it's a phobia especially. Oh, one last thing, if you're dealing with a client, my advice is going to be, if they have an insect phobia, don't use this pattern.
It's too, like you said,
No, it's not that. It's there's something about insects.
They're working strange anyways, right?
It's not that, it's that they get everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? So to get dissociation, right, from insects
to the box.
can be difficult, right? Because there can be, it's like, the insects are over there, it's like, how the hell do you know? They could be anywhere. Right? So that's why I don't use this. I've had a couple of bad experiences with clients.
You mean they had some
They
bad
have, well, also it's a two-way street. Right? You start the session, you go, okay, we'll do the phobia cure on the insects, and they go, ah, they're everywhere! And then you're just screwed for the rest of the day.
Now, after playing with some modalities,
Yeah.
you ask how it's different after each one?
You're calibrating, right? So if they're like, then you know you should do some more. Okay? But if they start to look, then you say, how's it different now? Okay? So when we ask them how it's different, what we're doing generally is we are drawing their conscious attention onto the unconscious change. Okay? So your job as the coach is to calibrate when they've changed unconsciously. When they have, they may not have consciously noticed that they've unconsciously changed.
Yeah.
So when you say, how's it different now, you're drawing their conscious attention to the change that they've already made. Right? Okay? So we'll give you 10 minutes each. Okay? Nobody's got a phobia, so you can just work on liking memory that they would like to discharge. Okay? Something. If it's a memory they want to discharge, and you're going to use a pattern like this, you're going to have to ask them at some stage, what do you need to learn from this? Because if there's something they need to learn, they won't let it go unless they've learned it. Alright? Okay, so 10 minutes each. Just play. You can use the barcode one, or you can use
yeah, I'm just
see
thinking
the
about
picture.
That's why I was asking, so you pick one.
Make it hard.